Coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, the crew and dogs of Soggy Acres Retrievers are headed to camp. Duck camp, that is. The sights, sounds, and flavors unique to Louisiana Duck Camp are up next on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures.
Hey, pretty mama, go and grab the scattergun. Rommel's looking like he's got one more good run. His hips are a little shaky, but his heart's still true. Oh, how that dog loves hunting with me and you. Sporting Dog Adventures, run, boy, run. Everything you need is here under the sun. Everything you need is here under the sun.
We arrived in Louisiana in January for a hunt with the Abear and Demang Camp. Our crew included my boys Clayton, Cole, Callahan, Miner Demang, John and Austin Abear, Kevin Turner, and Kelly Hadel of Hadel Game Calls. Our last hunt for an early teal hunt the year before was really successful. I was excited for my sons to come down, hunt with the Abear and Demang clan, and really enjoy Louisiana Duck Camp. Our first morning took us to a blind with lots of birds working the area. We were hunting over a rice field in a pit blind, and it was definitely a challenge with 2 kids, a dog, and our entire crew keeping concealed. They're out right up front. I can pick those up pretty quick if you want.
Yeah, just speed retrieve. We can pick him up on the levee.
I got one. You get one?
No, I shot one.
Man, those little guys are fast.
Run.
This was a great chance for my kids to learn duck hunting 101 from some of the best in the business.
When your vocal cords are vibrating, the vocal cords in your neck, as they're vibrating, it'll cause one of the reeds to vibrate like this. Now if I blow it and I just blow straight air into the call, you hear it kind of sounds flat.
Yeah.
It's not, you don't get that raspy vibrating, that sound that the duck makes. So if I put my voice into it, you can hear when my voice comes into the call, that's where I'm getting my right quack. So you can pick your call up. Very good.
That's real good.
Very good. If you can do 5 notes on a duck call, you can call a duck.
With our calling lesson finished, it was now time to be buzzed by 1 or 2 snow geese. We gonna tick them?
I guess we'll just pass shoot him.
You on it?
You ready?
You got him, didn't you?
We ended up with 1 goose down about 200 yards from the blind. We decided to send Rommel over to pick him up on a difficult blind retrieve. That's a haul. That's a poke. You know, we had a bunch of snow geese go over. We shot. We hit one. Rommel did about a 200-yard blind retrieve. So it was good. Not the speediest day, but we're having a good day. Having fun. Get him.
I watched him on that. That's a raw scoop. Yeah, that's why he's so big.
So that's a 5-pound bird that weighs about 7 pounds now after he got hit.
That must have been, you must have got that on perfect footage.
I forgot to hit record.
Oh!
I'm just f***ing with you. I got it.
At the end of our hunt, we had some help picking up our decoy spread. The other half of our crew had quite the success in another spot and didn't have any problem letting us know how well it went. Coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, our duck camp life continues as we prepare our birds for a Cajun-style feast. Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures is brought to you by Cabela's, Heavy Shot, High-Vis, Kansas Department of Wildlife, Parks and Tourism, Big Dog Mowers, Conquest Scents, Hadel's Game Calls, Headwater Seat Covers, Liberty Safe, Mech Shooting Sports, Mobile Strong, Pheasants Forever, Real Tree Dog Food, Vanishing Paradise, Tacticam, and Soggy Acres Retrievers. This training tip is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Welcome to this week's training tip. This week we're going to teach you how to do directional casting with your dog in the water. Earlier this season, we did what we called baseball, which was on land. We showed directional casting on a left over command, a right over command, and a directional back command. Today we're going to take that to the water and go to one of our training ponds where third base will be just off the shore in the water, second base will be just off the shore in the water, and first base is going to be in the open water. We've got a dog. His name is Tom. Say hi, Tom. Tom has been through our directional casting here at our kennel Soggy Acres Retrievers. We're now going to use that and apply that in the water. Step one is to establish second base or your back pile. This is going to be throwing bumpers across the pond to where you want your second base to be and just sending the dog on simple retrieves. During this section of training, we're going to do this about 5 times. Step two is going to be stopping Tom on the pitcher's mound, which is actually out in the water. Once we get Tom stopped, we're going to give him a directional back cast so that we can teach him that he is indeed going to listen to our commands and be handled in the water. Step three, we'll be throwing out 3 bumpers, 1 to third base, 1 to second base, 1 to first base, sending him several times, sometimes stopping him and giving him different directional casts to the left, right, or back. And the final step is putting it all together. Now, when you are stopping the dog in the water, just like on land, you want to send them so that they go all the way through without stopping them about 3 times before you stop them. Just continue this, increase the size of your bumper piles, and you can have a lot of fun with your dog during summer. That's this week's training tip. Now back to the hunt. After a successful hunt, it was time to ready our harvest for a Cajun-style feast. All hands were on deck, and that began with our young hunters cleaning and prepping the birds.
Good old spicy goose legs.
Goose leg lollipops, fajitas, sausage, duck poppers. I can say we definitely ate like kings. After our first day of camp, the best part was we still had 2 days left. We were more than excited for the rest of our trip. Day 2 began with a few flyovers, but the birds would not commit. It was time to make a few changes. Jeff almost got his coat wet. Oh. Ready? Kill. Shoot one. Shoot one. Shoot one. Come on. Nice job, Cole. He's going down. Here. I'm just going to bring him in. We'll get that later. He ain't going nowhere. slide into them. Take them.
Go, 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 go.
One.
Oh, nice shot.
Kevin.
We're doing good. We got a couple birds. We're trying to get Callahan a duck. It's kind of our mission today. And those worked too good. They came in first pass. Kevin, Mr. Turner, saved the day there at that last shot. We had one that was going to get away. We don't want to let scouts get away and tell the rest of the ducks. During a lull, we got Rommel out for a longer blind retrieve from a bird that we had knocked down earlier. He's going to the clump that's over in the general direction we need to be. As the flight wound down, we ended our morning hunt with a bang.
I think everybody hit him.
That's pretty. Look at that. So we're at the end of the second morning. Our duck camp experience here in Louisiana. We're going to hit some standing corn later today. Should get good. There's a big front moving in. I think that's why the birds aren't moving a whole lot. But we're really having a good time here down in southern Louisiana. Hope you guys enjoyed this part of the show. Stay tuned for more high-flying adventures coming up. This segment of Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures is brought to you by these fine sponsors. In the afternoon, we had the opportunity to hunt on a neighboring property with standing corn. We were headed to a large pit blind in the middle of flooded corn. We also had a front moving in with rain and sleet in the forecast. Needless to say, getting out to the blind was definitely interesting.
Great up, too.
Come on, here, Rommel, here. Now, the biggest challenge in this hunt was the fact that electronics and water don't mix. We had so many problems with our equipment in the water with the rain, but there are a lot of birds working the area. So what we're doing is we're going to move because the birds are skirting us. The birds are hitting a brick wall here because they know the blind's there. So we're actually going to sit in the corn right where they're flaring, and it should help us a lot. We got one bird so far. There's a lot moving, but this should really improve our chances. They both went down. We spent a long, wet afternoon in the corn. Now, it was challenging, trying to get the birds to work, trying to film the birds, and trying to keep all of our equipment dry. One thing was certain, we had great bird activity, there are a lot of birds hovering around, and we knew it would be a great spot for the morning. And now it's time for this week's Conservation Corner, brought to you by Vanishing Paradise.
The Gulf's coastal estuaries or bays are formed where rivers flow into the Gulf of Mexico. These estuaries, with their mixture of salt and fresh water, create vital habitat for many species of ducks and geese. But population growth in places like Texas means that many of the Gulf's bays end up deprived of fresh water, particularly in drier years. This affects freshwater marshes along the coast. Once BP pays its federal fines for the Deepwater Horizon disaster, the Gulf states will get money for restoration. But there's a risk that some of this money could be used instead for unrelated priorities. Waterfowlers across the country need to speak up to make sure that this money is spent on scientifically sound projects to restore this coastal habitat. Get involved by going to vanishingparadise.org/sportingdog.
Coming up on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, we wake up to a duck hunter's dream. Watch the rest of our Louisiana Duck Camp experience on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for a chance to win a puppy just like this little guy from Soggy Acres Retrievers and a bunch of other great prizes from our sponsors. This product review is brought to you by these fine sponsors. This week's product review is on a new POV camera we're going to have in the field with us. It's called the Tacticam. We've used the Tacticam on training tips. We've used it where my kids are learning how to shoot so we can show them where they're hitting. Heck, we've got a lot of ideas on how we can use this in the field. It's going to give us multiple angles so that, hey, I might only have to shoot one bird. I could put out a bunch of Tacticams and look like I got 12 kills. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but this is a great product that when you change the cap on the end, it's waterproof. They've got a gun mount, universal mount. They've got a bow stabilizer mount. They've even got a way that you can fasten it onto your dog. If you're looking for a cool product so you can share your hunt with your friends, check out the Tacticam. On the morning of day 3, we headed back into the corn with our whole crew. It was time to get into the birds and have a great hunt. We also had a mission. We wanted to get my son Callahan his first duck. We set up in the corn about 100 yards from the pit blind that we started at the afternoon before. Watching how the birds worked, we felt they were blind shy, meaning that they knew the blind was there and just didn't want to finish in that area. So we decided our best approach would be to set up down the way a little bit where we had open water in front of us, corn to conceal us, and a lot of birds in the area. Boy, Clayton folded him like a cheap suit. We got a little chaos going on. Got birds everywhere. This was a fun hunt. We had birds coming in from every side, every angle, from high, they'd buzz in from low. It was definitely a duck hunter's dream and something my kids were lucky enough to experience firsthand. So what we're doing is we're actually moving the mojos back behind us because the birds are kind of skirting outside of it, and this hopefully will bring them right across our hole, right into us. Man, we've got I think 20 birds so far, and it's a fun hunt. Boys are doing good. All 3 boys have shot birds.
Coming back.
Nice. Nice.
Over.
Our hunt was drawing to a close. It was an unbelievable experience with great action that made this a dream hunt for my boys and Rommel. I'll remember the food, birds, echoed the shots off the water, and wow, how intense the mud was on our ride out. I truly hope you enjoyed this week's High Flying Adventures. Next week on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures, we head to Kansas for a Wounded Warrior upland hunt, and then we hit my home state of Wisconsin for our waterfowl opener. High flying upland and waterfowl action next week on Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures. Good dog. Closed captioning provided by Hadel's Game Calls.
Why should you get a puppy from Sag Acres Retrievers? Because they're great hunters in the field.
Sag Acres puppies have great temperaments and they'll also become your best friend.
And the number one reason, they're cutie pies.
This is Cal's friend Fred. Give him a kiss. Oh. Oh. Whoa. Definitely gonna need to shower later because I smell like BO and bug spray. But that's a challenge that we take to produce a quality show called Cabela's Sporting Dog Adventures.